out for a bike ride after such a long time. I've been spending most of my saddle time on the trainers. Good to be out today. Let's have fun. Finally, I get to find the dirt I've been looking for. Morning. It's over. No, it's not. There's more out there. Wait, they've closed it off. That's where I want to go. Ah, do I take it from there? Okay. I guess I do. There used to be a nice green hill here. Good morning. Right where the rocks are. But the quarry is obviously underway. Okay, I brought you here because one, I wanted to get out on a bike ride, and number two is I wanted to show you Olivia. Olivia is an open cycle up. Up is the model called for the unbeaten path. It is a frame that allows up to 40 millimeters in terms of tire width. It is actually more road bike-ish than it is mountain bike-ish. Basically, it's still in the fast gravel category. Open is a brand that is co-founded by Andrew Kessler and Gerard Vroomen. Between the two of them, they've had experience in BMC, in you also have 3T, and they met in Cervelo. And when they worked in Cervelo, they decided that they wanted to go small boutique company again. And so Open Cycle was born. Okay, let me state the obvious, or maybe not so obvious. She's not made out of bamboo. This is the Open Up ready to paint. So I did ask them if I could customize it this way. I wanted to make sure that I had input. And what I did was I did send them this some pictures about bamboo and how I wanted to have the shade a little more roasted. I wanted it this way, and I think they did a wonderful job. I have been asked by many, what's the ride feel? Also, I do want to point out that with the Open, this is their design input. They actually came out with a dropped chainstay. The reason they dropped the chainstay is that they take themselves away from where the chainring is here to where the tire is. That point here, that is where they are closest to the tire. And by dropping this out of the way from this particular point, they can actually provide a little more clearance for wider tires. So I think that is one of the ways for you to allow on your frame a wider tire without having to get too robust on the stays. And this is another thing I want to point out. The seat stays, they say wire thin. It's wire thin seat stays. And there's also, if you might notice, there is a pre-bend already. It's meant to help with the absorption of the chatter of the terrain. But when you look at this and see how wide it is, and it's actually flat and wider here, then it is thin this way. So what it does is it helps prevent the lateral sway while allowing for a bit more compliance because they're already pre-bent. Isn't that interesting? They've got the thick down tube, very robust down tube with the flat sides. That helps with the stiffness. And if you can peekaboo inside the fork, I also asked for some bamboo design. The guys at La Course Velo did a great job with the paint here. Okay, now I want to talk about the group set. This is the Ekar, the Campagnolo Ekar. It is 13 speed. It is hydraulics on the brakes. It's my first time to have a Campagnolo group set, but look at this. The shifter to get to a harder gear is here in the thumb. The shifter to get to an easier gear is here. Takes getting used to, and it took me a while to get used to it. Now I've tried the Campagnolo, Shimano, and SRAM, and each one has its strengths actually. And this one, I might say, maybe the weakness is when you're really tired, and Mr. Thumb is tired too. Trying to shift it sometimes can be an effort. But, however, the braking modulation of this group set is actually, I think, best in class. Best in class. It is 13 speed. It is 13 speed. So they go from 9 to 42 on the cassette. Over here, my chainring is at 38. I think there are options to either go 36 or 40. I chose the 38. And then here, I just want to point this out. In terms of the rear derailleur, there's actually a lock when you have to change. It kicks out. There you go, if you notice that. And that way, when you're changing your tire, it is a through axle. While you're changing your wheel or your tire, then that stays open and makes it so much easier to actually put your wheel back on. When you're done, then you simply press this and release that lock. There you go. Point of convenience there, which I am very, very grateful for. Next, I want to talk about the seat post. This one I carried over from that one I carried over from my ride with Canyon, with my other Canyon bike. This is actually like a leaf spring suspension there. It's very, very comfortable because then the seat goes with some suspension there. I do have a specialized power saddle. I love this saddle. In fact, what I've done is all my bikes have the same saddle already. That way, it all feels the same to a certain extent. I have Deda stem. That's a Deda stem on a Deda alloy gravel handlebar. And now for the pedals. The pedals are Garmin XC100s. They are a one-sided pedal power meter. You could upgrade and get the second pedal, the right side pedal, and change that to something with a power meter as well. Then you'll have both sides. I have that system in my road bike. In my road bike, I've got the Garmin Vector. So it's great for data geeks like me, but I didn't think I would need it on a gravel bike before. So I think I'm gonna ride to Santa Claus very soon. Bottle cages, the bottle cages. So I told you I brought this over from my experience with my Canyon gravel bike, and so did I with the bottle cages. These bottle cages are from Canyon. I love them. I'd never lost a bottle while I was off-road. I think they're out on dirt bikes too. I think that they're the best bottle cages I've had so far off-road. No, that's not beer in there. It's just the bottle. I got it online. Okay, about my tires. I'm using the Terravale Cannonballs. They're my favorite tires. This is the 700 by 42. I know I told you that the frame can only take about, designed for 40 mil. It's still in the fast gravel category. They're not meant to take like, very large volume tires. But with 42 millimeters, I still have enough clearance. And I do like the tread. If I can show you the tread of the tires. What I do like about this is that down the center line, it's very close blocked, right? It's not an aggressive pattern. So on the road, to get to where you're going, it's actually quite forgiving. But on the shoulders, if you notice, I do have knobs. There you go. So when it gets a little soft already, the knobs and the shoulders, they kick in and they can actually help with the traction. I've been through some very sandy courses and very happy with those. The shoulders are a big help. This one in the middle is very forgiving, but it's not as slick. You see, there is still some pattern, and that pattern still helps when you're climbing up some dirt, loose dirt with rocks. That's very helpful. That's my favorite tire. Now about my bar tape. So this bar tape is this is from Cyclovation. I like it because it is chunky. It's rubbery. I don't really use gloves anymore, but I like this feel so much that actually, I know it's maybe blasphemy, but my road bike uses the same bar tape as well. So that way my touch points, which are the handlebars and the saddle on both my bikes, are the same. So it's there's no adjustment to me when I switch from one bike to another. And my wheels, my wheels are the Head Emporia. They are the Head Emporia GA Pro. They are alloy. It's an alloy wheel set. That's from Head. I love the brand. One of my first wheel sets on my road bike was a Head, and they spin beautifully. Morning po. I love this park. This was such a secluded area during the pandemic. I used to come here. This used to be my solo ride route. A lot of it has been cemented already. Such a quiet route, this one, because you're away from the main roads, and that makes it precious. See, so pedal out to here, and you get back on the main road. If you see, either way, there's more to cycle. Mountains on this side, city on the other. But we're going back in. Oh yeah, back inside. Okay, we're approaching what seems to be an abandoned quarry. They're very strict here before. They did not allow cyclists to come through. But they've stopped it. They've actually graded the road even. So the quarry is out over here. And look at this. This is steep and loose down here. But it's already graded. It used to be really rough and rutted and loose. So I'm glad that they actually graded this better. Oh dear. Okay. And here we go to the exit. Safe and sound. What goes down must climb back up, or something like that. Okay, back on pavement, on cement. So there you go. I got to scratch my gravel itch. I was able to introduce my bike to you, and I had a good time doing it. And if you enjoyed it too, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Cheers.